So be, because I said English bastards, I'm not, I do not head England. I know English. I learn English somehow. Although my voice is a little bit like gone, like from yelling. Okay, I will sing. I will try to sing a song when you're gone. Cranberries. So with this voice, maybe a little bit like off beat or off rhythm, the guitar. But I'll do these two scopes. One to see that I'm not hating the Great Britain. Okay, some of them, or I showed you a list of crazy English guys that lie. So that's why. To see that I do not have, I learn English. I learn English somehow. You see, I learn English. So I don't hate England, although I say this, but it is two scopes and another one to show to you that the sound it is light. You see, you register it with the microphone. This is about light. This video, and I cut from other videos and I comment them. So maybe okay. So I cut from other videos and comment them. I comment this channel.
But the first thing that comes to mind is light, the fastest phenomenon in our universe. Light from the surface of the sun reaches Earth in 8 minutes and 17 seconds. However, light is not born on the surface of the sun, but in its core. And to escape from the core, it takes 200,000 years. That's 3.5 kilometers per year. Hold on, how is that possible? Something's clearly wrong with the speed of light. Today, you'll learn. Why is it impossible to measure the speed of light? What is the speed of light in a piece of sugar? Can light be slowed down? Why can't you move faster than light? Or can you, after all? And in general, what's wrong with the speed of light?
You see, I commented in this video, this channel about light. But I'm telling you that you write light in your phone. Now you can register in a computer. You register this microphone. The sound vibrates, and it's a wave. And the sound is a wave. The light is not a wave. And I say explain to you light, and the sound it is light. Because you see, you pull light in your battery, electron does not exist, and the light from the battery goes in the microphone, and the microphone registers it in excited manner, like in a light excited manner, because it is not open, and you register this. So the sound, it is light. It is making transfer in your computer. You do not store sound, so you are saying somehow. You'll see this video has images and few videos about light. So that's why I'm making this two scopes. So to see, and I not hate the English dude, so but the lying bastards one, okay. And I will do this on Jewish bastards that light the planet. And but I'm telling you that I read from the Bible, Isaiah the prophet, daily. So not that it was a Jew, so but I read, but I don't like that lion bastards, Heisenberg, Weinberg. So that's why. Okay. So my voice is a little bit off, but. Baby, as long as you carry So this is the first verse. But let me show to you the waves in the computer. They are like this, if you know, and the sound is like doing waves. The light does not propagate on undulatory manner. It vibrates. If you vibrate with the frequency, vibrates the materials, all the materials with some frequency, and so it's manifesting like waves. You see, you put a light on this, it's vibrating, like, and you put another materials, so the same frequency vibrates different materials in like undulatory type manner. But the light is not on only a wave. It's in a sound manner, like manner is a wave. So watch this way what I already seeing, and watch it on when you edit. You see that crests like this. That's a wave of sound, of light sound. The light, it is a multi-substantial. One of the things of light is sound, because you register the microphone electricity. Electricity is like electromagnetic waves or electromagnetic spectrum, how you are saying. Okay, so watch it only short like this. So watch. This is my video of today. This is the edit movie maker, like. So, but this is the crests of sound. This is the crest of sound, and you imagine that this sound is stored in the computer with light, with electricity. So the light is not only a wave, only in this manner, but it is a wave like this. All the voice. This is a sound voice. You know, it's a wave, but not that. You see, there is varies different types, and it's only bidimensional wave. It's not a three-dimensional. It is three-dimensional. If you see. Okay, so this is only like is this three-dimensional, and it's stored three-dimensionally somehow in the computer. Is a wave only in this sound kind, and imagine that it is a static wave, because it is not undulating. Now it is when I put it temporal, but when it's static, it's static. When you put it temporal, but nonetheless is register, if you understand. Okay, if you watch that, you see my scopes. These were my scopes to see to prove to you that I do not hate English dudes. Okay, so let me sing for you the second part also of the song. That's like it's a beautiful video about light. Let's say, maybe excuse my voice today. Maybe I yell, so maybe I'm like, okay. So this is the Cranberries when you're gone. Okay, so I'm telling you, maybe I sing another piece from the Cranberries. So now let me tell you it is about light, and let me tell you like this. Okay, let me tell you my laptop. I have here the text, the verses. Let me tell you like this. How you are tricking somebody, how Maxwell equations and Einstein equations, how you can trick somebody. You see you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Okay, and now the mathematics, the equation of mathematics is numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm telling you the science is wrong, okay, and I'm telling you the Einstein is wrong, and Maxwell is wrong, and Newton is wrong. So but you must understand. You must understand also more profound stuff, okay? So how are you going to trick you? See, there's do, re, mi, fa, okay? So la, si, do, okay? So now like this, okay? So now you have numbers in mathematics. You have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you see already the infinity like this. But the infinity is one, because you have two different kind of 10 like this, 2, 3, 10 like this. But it's basically repeating 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. 4, 1. You see, so now you make one infinity, 0.1, 0.2, 0. It's some kind of fractal, mathematical fractal. So now why do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do are like this? So why? But and now let me tell you like this: x, y, and z. Okay, x, y, z like this are variables. But what does this means? X stands for 1. Y stands for 2, Z for 3, variable. So maybe X is 2, maybe X is 3, varies. X is 4, okay? And now you have geometry and arithmetics. But I'm telling you that science is wrong, but you must understand. So I even say for you to understand. Not like in a bad manner. I see that we can go to the stars. But these guys are bad. You do not understand who is the nice guy in this picture. Who is the nice guy? You see what I'm doing for you, and these guys are lying to you. And I'm saying that we can go to the stars, we can colonize planet. And I'm saying the science is wrong. So variables, okay, like this, okay. So now you must understand that you have geometry in this. How can I lie to you to pretend somehow that I made the equation for all the nodes? You see, you have nodes like this, but can you replace them with numbers? 1, 2, 3. Arithmetic combination between numbers. Let's count them from 2 to 2, from 3 to 3, from 4 to 4, and you have different kind of solution. X plus 3 equals y. You see, like this means it varies, because the x may be many things, plus to many things, varies from these raw numbers in infinite. Your trick already is nothing in reality, like numbers like this. And there's nothing, and it's a monosubstantial kind of thinking, you see. And now you want to replace this instead x, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. And you to pretend that you can make an equation for all the musics. So now Cranberries, these guys compose these pieces in a nice manner, in logical manner, and now you, like Einstein and Maxwell, and you want to trick the planet that somehow you know a solution how to discover all the songs that exist. in this manner. You see, how can you trick me? You see, in a mathematical manner like this, how can you trick me? You say you saw the sounds. You see, how you may make an equation? You put x like varies between do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. You see, and plus 3. You see, that's already crazy. You see, equals y like this, like before, like this. But now x stands for do 1. Let's see, do 3, and y stands for re 4. You see, like this, with numbers. And now you are pretending you made the sound. The sounds in mathematics like this. If you sum all the notes from do to do in all the scales, because you have a scale here. Another scale from tone. It's a tone, semitone. Tone, so maybe the ear perceives many things, but okay. So another scale here. And another scale. So now you make all the scales, but now you have all the instruments. Now you have the instruments. You see, there's weight given by this flower, some frequency, some specific way of vibration. So now you have a flute. But you put all the instruments. You sum all the notes from do to do, all the scales, and when x stands plus 3, okay, and it basic functions. You see, and when it stands for do and a variable no, and equals y. You see. So now you pretend it's from this you can give all the same songs in the entire planet. So this is Einstein what it does. But what I'm telling you is light does this thing. Light is these waves. Let me show you this wave in the computer. This wave. Look at it. Look at it. And now let me show you this wave in a program that I'm editing. Look. And now let me show you this wave in a program that I'm editing. And now this wave. And now this wave. Look. 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 And now this way. Look. And now this way. Look. So maybe seems to like in enterprise manner, but you see they are not identical, and you believe it or not, when I give the second time this note, it reverberates and makes another thing, because it's like a flower, like this, like a flower, like a lily, okay, this smell very, very, very nice. You see, not all the lilies are having the same geometry, but you name it lilies, and now the same is dough. Is dough? No, but it's the same, the different flowers, like a dough or reddish, like on a reddish flower, red flower like a rose, and another red from another. You see, and it seems like it differs like different kinds of dough. And you believe it or not, I'll show you on a program that I make music. Okay, believe it or not, the waves is vibrating different manner. So you store this note in a static manner in the computer. this one, but when you pass light through it in a computer, when you pass light through it to display, it vibrates it in different manner, in different type of geometry. It retains the flower type like vibration modulation, but it's oscillate even though you put it in a static manner in computer. And I show to you this with my program computer or my laptop that I'm making music. You observe carefully what does this mean. You see, you have this wave, like this, like this. This is the basic flower of it. But the second time when you pass light through it, is keeping like the flower type geometry, but oscillating in the different manner with some merges. So you cannot put even the geometry on this because you see, you cannot pass from this flower to another flower. This flower being though emitted by flute and another type of kind of flower of geometry flower, okay, of light on an ondulatory manner. Light does not have. Being this, let's see, there are waves like this. I saw them in my computer. I make music. And they vibrate in square manner, believe it or not, and vibrates and square and in right angles and like this. So now this is do from flute, let's say, and this is do from the guitar. You see, not the second time is oscillating in the same manner like you identify lyrics. And the second time you pass light through it, light knows something to do, and it multiplies the flower somehow. It keeps the tonality, but it makes something. So even you believe it or not, the second time when I give you this note, it sound different. Believe it or not, it will sound different because it is a flower of geometry in an ultimate mode of way. It is inside the still. These are steel and this is copper quartz. The copper itself is made from this kind of waves, okay? And you imagine that it is in the chord zooms of this kind of wave going to the infinity, small. So now each part of this is makes on big ondulatory things in the air like a sound wave, and in a small manner like this, because you can put it in a computer. And I've showed to you, look, I have 1,000 of instruments like this in the computer. So look, I have this program made in Belgium, Fruity Loops, and it supports plugins, many plugins. This is Augan and has many instruments. You see this number, each one of is an instrument. You see, you press pad 14, let's see, and you press the keys on the piano roll. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you this. It is stored in the computer, this note. But before I press it, it is static. So it is a wave, is a wave in the computer, and it is static. So it does not have a description from T1, T2. So the description, temporal description is irrelevant. You understand? In the first manner. This wave. Because he said does not have time when you store it, but it is this wave. You see? So now it has more, it depends, it is three-dimensional, it is only one way of looking at it. You must look at three-dimensional. Maybe when we will have some capacity to make holograms, to see this on all the part, to film it three-dimensional. I believe that you can do it. And you have another representation here. You see it? You see? Even though you are storing it, it makes another kind of way, another time. Okay, and now you understand how many there are. This is an instrument, and you can put this Mars. Let's see, Mars planet. Let's see. Si, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. And these black are like diez and bemols, 5 blacks. And I believe that it's wrong somehow. We can understand many things, but okay, this is a way of putting it. Nonetheless, we can understand more than a tone and semitone, maybe. You see, so it is a representation here, Morse. And this is another one. And maybe you see this three-dimensional wave. So it is a wave of light stored in the computer, and I have Sakura, another plugin here with other instruments, and you maybe you see this. Look how many instruments. There's 9 here, 14 here, many here. Okay. Guitar, look, because I have the guitar one, four kind of guitars, so you can even change the sound. So you see, it is do note, do, but it is another kind of vibration. You see, so even if you put it like this, like do, it is incorrect somehow. It is do, but you see how it looks, this do, and you see that it's fluctuating. It is fluctuating, it is not remaining the same way. I give it second time, the same note. It varies even in temporal manner if you observe. If you know short note, middle note, and a longer note, or you see 16th, 18th, full note, it varies the same note do if it is short one, long one. It in itself, the wave of light differs on a temporal manner. If you put it in a temporal manner, it's the same wave. When you pass light through it, it does another kind in a big temporal time than a small temporal time, you see? So is this one like that other one? Is not. And this is another representation, okay? Maybe you see these 3 dimensions on there. So for you to watch the waves, this is light, is stored without speed, is still a geometrical pattern. It has a variable function on times, like it varies on time in different manner, if you understand. So this is what I want to tell you. So you saw how many plugins, and this is another one with hundreds of instruments, and so thousands of instruments, static waves of light stored in the computer, right? And you pass light through them, and they vibrate, and they modulate and change the frequency. Okay. So if you watch that, now imagine this. You have the flute, you give the do note. It keeps on structure like this to identify. You understand how ugly it will be that to really to have identical geometry. Only see only one geometry, and all the lilies everywhere. You see this varies in the type of a species. The rose is, but you recognize that is the rose, but it's different kind of rose. But now what's the trick? You do not have any coherent method of geometrical manner to go from a lily to a rose geometry type. You do not have, you cannot have the light describes it, but you cannot have something that produces this geometry and then changes. It is another function, another way of modality. It implies on intellect. So okay, so now you have this wave of flute note, okay, do note, and you are tricking me with this like this Maxwell equation. I've showed to you or showed them. Look them again. Clark Maxwell equations. You watch that. So I'm telling you, the light is not electromagnetic always. This is light. This is made with light. I'm telling you why. The cable itself, this string made of copper in an atomic manner, like how you are saying, the atoms are made with lights like this. But the light is a specific kind of tone like this, and could be infinite. So you are imagining this. I showed to you in my program like a small zoom, and you imagine this kind of small zoom going to infinite in each part of or like this, and then with the massive waves, these are propagating. And I'm telling you why this happens like this. You have many people you see with small ears, and birds with small ears, and insects even have a hearing, and the zoom it is made to be small. Every they have eyes. The insects, there are insects small like the top of the needle, but they have eyes nonetheless. So what does this mean? It seems to a stranger now, it seems the same color. So you make a copy of you and make it small. In this manner, you understand that you put a terabyte in a stick like this of images. It's a 2 month of video, non-stop video or movies on a terabyte, like a stick like this. Okay, so now the zooms of the picture you can make it small, that it insect at the top of a needle you can see it. Okay, so but it basically sees the same color, the same images. So that's why these fractals of light, when they're very small. And another reason, you see, you propagate waves like this hitting like you beat this, okay, but these are small and go in a non-classical way of moving with a single trajectory toward a single man. You see, this breaks up in many pieces, like many small like flowers. Like this breaks up in many pieces. It is contained in a general wave like this. Like imagine it's made with multiple things like this, and every year you have 1,000 people on 100, 200 people on a concert or philharmonic concerts, and a violin plays, okay, and the same violin and travels towards 1,000 people, the same fractal of the same geometry type of mathematics. So now you now make Maxwell and Einstein E=mc squared. You try to trick me that you can derive all the music from that. You cannot, and you are malefic because somebody invents this and you are tricking me, but you somehow knew, you see. And what I hate Maxwell the Great. You have it says a book. They say he made engines with my father had no school, 4 classes. He worked at the biggest building that exists on the entire planet after Pentagon. Is in Romania, here, the House of Parliament, and 4 classes only of school. And he worked at the hydro center power plants. He made 10, 20 in his life, okay? And now Maxwell comes and they did this without any schools, and Maxwell comes, that's why I hate these guys, okay? You understand? Maxwell comes and tricks you somehow. You see this sum of this triangle with this, the light does not do these things, and I cannot tell you how these guys are tricking you. You believe because you can film and somebody discovered this invention. There is a glass like this and light goes through it and imprints exactly like you are writing here in some material, imprints. So now who is the bad guy? Who is the bad guy? I'm telling you that we can go here to the start. This is a simple cloud, the star, and The chemistry is wrong. The connection are made with light. Light does these things, but it is not a monosubstantial way of thinking like in a mathematical manner. If you understood somehow, light does many things, and you cannot pass from this one. It's a silver one, uninoxidable iron one, and this another one, copper one. You see, there is a different kind of, or even though they give you donuts, let's say from copper, and this kind of flower or pattern of ondulation, and call me crazy or not, but I've showed to you in many videos of my burning papers to prove to you there is light inside the paper, and light does not have any speed. Light does not have any speed. So you burn this paper with fire, it releases light, and what's the speed of light inside the paper? Light does not have any speed. But you must understand now quantum mechanics double slit experiment. There's waves like this, minimal, going in infinity, maybe small. We do not know this. If you understand, we have a floppy disk with 4 kilobytes, and now memory stay like this with a terabyte of information. Maybe you do not know. Maybe you can put infinite information on a piece like we do not know. Maybe you do not know. Okay. So if you have this zoom, because it breaks up the geometry, you cannot measure it on some parts. Okay. So now I'm tricking you so imagine Maxwell equation. Where is the magnetism? It's here. Okay. So watch another part from this guy. I'm cutting from other videos. I'm commenting them. Okay. So watch another part from this guy. He speaks about light. Okay. So then I explain more.
What causes light to move in the first place? Seriously, why would it even move? When it rains, the drops move because they are pulled by gravity. This is precisely why Earth orbits the Sun. Its gravity prevents our planet from flying into deep space, and the speed of movement balances this force, resulting in rotation. When a person walks, they push off the ground with their feet, and this is precisely how the movement happens. With light, however, things aren't as simple as this. Perhaps the answers lie in the question itself. What is light, anyway? Well, the answer seems to be straightforward. Light is electromagnetic waves, and at the same time, massless particles called photons. You probably heard this at school when you were studying physics. Just in case, let us recall that electromagnetic waves include not only visible light, but also ultraviolet, X-ray and gamma radiation, as well as infrared radiation and radio waves on the other side of the spectrum. Yep, but strangely enough, radio waves and light are essentially the same thing. The only difference is in the wavelength. We can only see a very narrow segment of this spectrum, which we call visible light. This is a convention determined solely by the limitations of our sensory organs.
Okay, so now if you understand, only in some parts light is a vibration, it's not a vibration. And now double slit experiment, you must understand that you are tricked somehow per volume. There is a volume, see, a small volume. There's a small volume, a big volume. There's a lot of this, but the same stuff, but there are many of them, more in a volume. See, many this small volume and more of them. You can distribute it at a bigger distance. You have a tiny speaker like this or a big speaker. The same frequencies, the same stuff, but many per volume. Until they dissipate, but this is the volume, intensity or energy. Somehow you must add energy to feel more of the volume, but this kind of stuff does not have any speed even. And in the double slit experiment, I'm telling you like this, I've told you by the violin concert, it enters in 1,000 hearing of people. The same man seeing from a stage for about 100,000 people, you see, makes a duplicate copy, and the object is not a classical object, can travel only in one direction. So now you are tricked by believing that the light is a wave. It is not, and it travels like this. It must travel like this towards you. See, it goes. Let's see. This is I have I have like one like this, like my shirt, okay? This, let's say this is the wave, and I'm telling you, it could be squares vibration. They could do like this, and you know, imagine like you cannot do this mathematically, like if you know a little bit of geometry. Okay, this goes from my t-shirt towards you like this, okay? But now imagine 1,000 people. You see, so the zoom of light, it goes small. And you cannot treat it like an object, like a guitar object like this, because you are tricking me again, because you see me, a full image. But a full image makes a small zoom like this, because you can put another time, I'm telling you, on a memory still I think a terabyte, okay? And it's smaller, there's more plastic in it. So you can put a terabyte. But now you are tricking yourself, because the light travels from my t-shirt, you are imagining that is like this, like a photon, a particle, or a wave, or a vibration, I think it's a string like vibration, like this. But in this case, it's a real object, okay? A real object travels in the entire part, and I like this, exactly the duplicativity of me. But I'm telling you that it is not making to speed of light. It is not making this through speed of light. It is traveling at a distance in an instant manner. I'm telling you this. I have few arguments in my channel, maybe I to prove to you that you cannot make this with the speed of light to accomplish this, okay? So it must be like in the entanglement state, the camera is entangled with me, and every ice is entangled. Because you see, one guy approaches toward me, one is receding from me with some velocity, and one is static, and one is many people, like many cars. You have a car, static car, is filmed by 10 cars, let's say, and one is going away from this car and filming 100 kilometers, one is approaching towards, one is goes parallel like this with 50 kilometers, one has an angle with 20 kilometers like this, and they film the same car. The car being like this color, let's say, okay? So they film the same car. So now if you understand, it's going to be 300,000 kilometers per second. There's going to be a delay nonetheless on the so it's going to be different temporal times. This guy will be another temporal time, this guy another temporal time. They are different distances and they go with different speeds, okay? So because they say that the object, if it travels like this, it is not adding the speed of light. If I move towards you, the light is not going to be added, my velocity added vectorial. I'm telling you, the vectorial adding is false. Like in a parallelogram, why not a triangle? Like this and this. These two are giving this. Why? Why not a triangle or a square? Why not? Why not? Okay, this object only the parallelogram. I'm telling you already, you do not question this stuff. Newton made this, but it's wrong, and it's from his book. Okay, and now you are approaching towards you with a velocity, and they say 300,000 kilometers per second. You do not add the speed of the vectorial speed of me moving towards you. But nonetheless, there are different distances, and you have to take in consideration the speed of light. There's going to be different temporal times. And let me tell you like this: I do not believe that you watch in back time this chamber. You watch it now in an instant, makes a duplicate copy in your eyes in an instant manner. So now you understand that this is not traveling in a right trajectory manner. So watch another part about light. You see, I'm going to make a few videos and show you. So watch.
We can't see ultraviolet, but many birds certainly can. So there you have it. Electromagnetic waves. Alright, that seems clear enough. But here's the question. Did you notice the catch? We've used the word wave several times, but never once said waves of what? Confusing. It'll all become clear soon, along with the first oddity. What is a wave? According to the simplest and very general definition, this is oscillatory movement in the physical environment. Imagine throwing a pebble into a pond on a windless day. The surface displays a distinct wave spreading out in all directions. Here the medium is water. It's easy to say that there is a wave in the water, or simply a water wave. Sound. It's also the oscillatory motion of air molecules spreading through the air, which serves as the medium for the sound wave.
So I cut from other videos to see that they are putting some question but they are not answering exact manner. But to see that I'm speaking in a coherent manner on the thematics on this. I'm not crazy. I'm telling you that they are why this? Because they are light, because you can give age to the light. Doppler effect. If it moves a galaxy, okay, it moves away from you, and you change the spectrum towards the red. Did you see, you understand what imbeciles did? This star is brown, let's say, the brown star. This star is like this, brown, like shit, like brown, okay? This star like, okay, and it's brown, okay? And it's going away from you and becomes red. Why? And I'm telling you that you cannot, because there are different flower styles like this. This will not become this, will not. They are tricking you, will not become, if you understand. There is already admitted fractal like this, like a flower. It's like this is like this lily, when you go the distance, becomes a rose, a red rose. Does not, because it is escaping somehow some geometry type of vibration, of frequency inside, and if you change this, is changing the structure, but you do not know how to emit from this on this, okay. Only if you okay, but these are lights, because you see, you stretch the cord, but the lights changes structures in different manner. Even though this is, let's say you put this cord in you, it changes like a type flower somehow. It's changed. So okay, that's why I'm telling you about light, okay? So now they are saying that this starts, if you receive from us, is going red color. That's why I'm trying to explain to you light, okay? And I'm telling you, see light. You watch your computer, you see light. You store movies with light. Your monitor displays light. You filming, you watch, you understand, you write music with light. And they are tricking you. You see light, if you make a circuit, there's light. The light comes from the electro power plant. That's why I hate Maxwell, I'm telling you. So my father worked and made 20 hydro central power plants. He have 8 classes then. The Communist Party obligated to have 4 more, and when he has a certain age, he made 4 classes. But in the first beginning, he had only 4 classes, and he worked at the biggest building in the entire planet after Pentagon. He worked there, okay. So now you see a city and see technology made that did not do this. Their bridges tall 175 meters, made in 1800s. They are an engineering type. These guys are already tricking you. So there were motors, and they carved them with metals like this, or tools, and they do not have classes. And now Maxwell came and pretend to know in his books, and to know the angular momentum of the car, to trick you, to not add nothing. But let's say he said something, but he said nothing. He said nothing, and that's why I'm telling you, British bastards. But I sing to you, to show you that I'm not bad. Okay, I'm not bad. So watch another part from these guys that I'm cutting this video. Okay, and there is plenty more.
This could go on forever. Wherever we find a wave, we immediately find something that it travels through, until we come to light and electromagnetic waves in general, because it turns out there is simply no medium for electromagnetic waves. But this begs the question, if the light is waves, then waves of what? What oscillates? Through what does the wave travel? This question has puzzled scientists almost from the moment the wave nature of light was discovered. But there was still hope that such a medium existed, the luminiferous ether. They were almost certain about this. It seemed so obvious. Many scientists devoted their lives proving its existence. But this wasn't meant to be. Quite quickly, the ether story was brutally disproven. This left scientists to face a rather unpleasant reality.
Now this guy, okay, watch that. Now this guy in his image has some rope, and in his base is like this. You see, what travels the rope is static, fixed, like here and here. Like here, it's trying to say what travels through the rope, the force, like in this manner. You see, but this vibration, when it's tied to the rope, you treat it in the rope like this. But it travels exactly like a duplicate, like a small zoom of this. Like I told you in there. But it adds something. It has the vibration mode of atoms are saying. But the atoms do not exist with proton and electron. So not a light. A particle of light, so a letter, atomic letter of the material that is copper, okay? But now, if you see these guys, let's put it a few times, that if you to visualize this, that is shaking this rope, watch.
Or for example, by waving one end of a long rope, you create a wave that travels along it. You could say that this is a rope wave, though that sounds a bit odd. But without a doubt, the medium for the rope wave is the rope itself.
So you see, shaking this rope, if you must imagine somehow it's a cord like this, like, and some vibration travels, but it might be in the air, a cord like this. And I'm telling you, there's empty space and gravity is light. Okay, but it's a multi-dimensional, it's a four-dimensional field, space field, not with time. Okay, so now this is the question, this is the tricks. You see the speed of light travels the vibrations, but now you see the waves in the imbecile, because the vibration is like this. So now maybe you can make in the geometrical manner. I'm telling you that the science is wrong. You are believing like I'm stupid somehow. So you have this wave like this, an imbecile wave like this, in that rope. Let's watch it again. So that rope only.
Or for example, by waving one end of a long rope, you create a wave that travels along it. You could say that this is a rope wave, though that sounds a bit odd. But without a doubt, the medium for the rope wave is the rope itself.
So you have this rope ondulated like this. Is in a static manner to like this. What vibrates is the waves. You see. So now what is the speed of light if I vibrate it faster? You see, many per second and few per second, 3 per second, 3 per second and many per second. What's the speed of light? You must understand now there this is a smaller speed. You see, frequency per second. So now you must admit something. Or there is like this a flower, static flower, and it is not traveling like this classical manner how you vibrate the spring, but it travels with the speed of light, but it in break manner like this. It breaks and travels with the speed. It breaks and travels like you apply again a frequency, and this have a frequency also. But now you understand, because if you make a photon, let's say if you treat it like a particle like this, like a particle like this particle might vibrate like this, oscillate like this.
They had to come to terms with the fact that electromagnetic waves do not require a medium to spread. They can do this in a complete void. We could say, with a bit of a stretch, that the electromagnetic wave serves as its own medium, since in a combined wave the electric wave transitions into a magnetic wave and vice versa.
This particle, so now you understand it is not a classical mechanics, this is a single object, it travels like this and makes like this, you see. So this photon might have the speed of light, but if this photon is an individual piece that undulates like this and goes, let's suppose that it's a single piece, you understand that the speed varies, because it has a 300,000 kilometers per second with many oscillators, the same photon here, the same photon in the different type of oscillation, the same distance, you see, the same distance, must oscillate big time. So now you have 300,000 kilometers per second, this T1, that's from T1, T2, like this, T1, T2. You see T1, T2 here, the same manner, T1, T2 here, T1, T2, look, reverse T1, T2. You see T1, T2, and the photo makes only 3 rows like this. But if you want to maintain the distance and the speed of light, you imagine that you must go slower in this ondulatory, because you must reach the same distance from here to here. If you know a little bit geometry and mathematics, they are crazy. You must reach the same distance, this distance A4 paper, from back to back and let's see, from here to here. But now you put it to oscillate big time like this. So now you have a car when you go in a town, but from on a street, but on the street you put a car to make it like this, to make like this many times, and somebody only 3 times like this. You understand now? If you say that the car reached the destination the same speed, 300,000 kilometers per second, the oscillation of the car, like the black stuff, dude, some black dudes, now white hats, that car that bounce like this. So one bounces fast and one bounces, you understand now there is different speeds. Yeah, different speeds. And now you can treat it not being a photo. So what is the speed of light? Even this matter is false. You see, a bigger speed you must have big speed to make many oscillation, even though you maintain the same distance. You see, you maintain the same distance. So watch another part from this guy and I speak more.
They move in this way, transitioning, even transforming into one another, perpendicular to each other and the movement's direction. It can be considered a wave in itself, if you will. And this is the first oddity that suggests that something is wrong with the light. Any wave travels through something. However, light is an unusual type of wave that doesn't need this something. In other words, light doesn't need a medium to spread. Light can easily travel, even in a complete vacuum. The second oddity follows directly from the first. Let's ask ourselves a logical question. If light doesn't spread through a medium, then what determines its speed? This question is not as trivial as it might seem. After all, in all other examples, the wave's speed is determined by the medium. A wave on the surface of a pond spreads in all directions at a certain speed, which depends on the density, the nature of the intermolecular bonds, and the surface tension. The speed of the wave spreading through the air, which we call sound, also depends on the medium. On Mars, the speed of sound is approximately 240 meters per second, 787 feet per second, while on Earth it averages 340 meters per second, 1,115 feet per second. And this is because the atmosphere is different. Even a wave along a rope moves at different speeds depending on the material of the rope. But what about light? What determines the speed of light? Approximately 300,000 kilometers per second, or 186,000 miles per second. There it is, the speed of light, right?
So if you watch that as a ball light, okay, a big video, an hour video, you see, now Maxwell, dude, where is the electromagnetism? Where is the electromagnetic? I'm telling you that it's not magnetic. This is not magnetic. You can put a magnet, on all the metals maybe. If you don't know, all the materials have properties of gold rejects neodymium magnets and things like this. But it's not a magnet itself. It must do something to the light to go from a pole to a pole, like in a magnetic type manner. You produce it a permanent magnet, adding light to it, and goes through magnet, multiplies the field. And you see, you have increased the strength of the magnet. You have a natural magnet, its own force, and pure more light. Light goes through those channels, to their roads already made of the magnet, North Pole, South Pole, like this, okay? But maybe it could not be. And now I'm telling you, if the space itself is the light, The space itself is light and is not traveling. That's what I'm telling you. But what we can understand at least from this, but you cannot make equations. You cannot make. It seems to there is the geometry you can see that you cannot make one because the arithmetic trees numbers like this in an imbecile manner is what you want. 1, 2 is 2 to 1, 3 is 3 of 1. You have another pictures like to represent, but it's 1. The integer is 1. Many ones like this. Many ones. What is 1? What is a monosubstantial? What is a rock? Something to drink? A piece of music? You do not care. You do not care. And so you understand the restricts, the arithmetics makes. Let's see how can we count from 3 to 3, from 4 to 4, and how is the relation between a variable. We don't know what it is. Let's find it in a rows or number. Let's say what is x. Let's find it here. If x plus 4 equals 0, how many solution can in the row numbers? So it's a formal language and has some logic inside it, and you understand the logic, but nothing corresponds in reality. And you not believe this. Nothing corresponds in reality. With this, you have this imbecile signs on these operators or minus, plus, okay, you know, but you see, minus, plus, divided, multiply, like this, you see. So now you play with these numbers, but you understand you cannot subtract this way. You cannot subtract anything from it because it's like you break this lily. You understand? It is not going to be a lily anymore. I say you not break this, and you cannot add two of this. You cannot add with this way with this way. So now I'm telling you how they are taking to pretend that they invented this from Maxwell equation. Can you entail this Carambery space? So you give money to Maxwell and Carambery did nothing because you can pull out from the equation of the sum of the Carambery. So this manner they are taking, if you understand, okay, and there's false. You cannot add this to this. You cannot add because there's no number. It is one, but a conceptual unity. And only if you are going to see it. But one is to see it, one to make an equation. Because you cannot make an equation. Why? Because you must put in an equation numbers, x, y variables. And this you cannot represent it in a correct manner with one numbers like this. There is a monosubstantial fractal type kind of thinking. 0.1, game 1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0. Between 0.1, 0.2 is 0.001, 0.002, 0.003. So it is an infinite row. 0.0001, 0.0002, 0. It's an infinite rows of like this, and you understand that it is a whole. It is 1, 1, and all over the place there's 1. So now you have in a mental manner to think in a cursive manner, discourse and interrupt manner, like there's a break back. But you can see you define only with a whole 1, with a whole number. This is the name also, and you want to see a continuity. But what you are looking 0.1, this described with the same unbreakable piece, like it's an atom somehow. So now you want to understand with this, you understand and apply. It seems to you trivial somehow. You could not put numbers on geometry. You cannot. It seems to you or not, you cannot. So now the equations, what equations? It does not have any equation. You understand? So what is the equation of life? Does not have any equation. This is a word somehow. You see words, you see like breath, water is a word like. But you cannot make from a word another word. It's another word. You understand? So what equation you can make? Somehow when you have bread, you have water. So you put it, if you have x, water, bread, water, sometimes when x appeared, you have water. You understand? It's crazy. So now you have add, subtract, and add in and multiply. And you want to subtract and add this to obtain what? because it's not going to give you no different kinds of energy, no energies per volume somehow. I'm telling you, if you want to distribute this wave in the bigger volume, okay, this is but the same stuff. You're seeing the same wave but with bigger volume. You add many disks per volume. So now there's some kind of relation of energy, but you understand, but it's in basic manner does not have energy. So now you take Maxwell, and this, if it's not propagating like this, it is not coming towards you, how you can make with this rule of magnetic. So where is the magnetism? In this wave is the light. Where is magnetism? Like surrounding in, like here, according to the Maxwell, if you have this wave, the magnetism, understand, it's crazy. Physics is crazy. You not believe me, the physics is crazy. Maxwell and gravity of Newton, you cannot obtain perpetual mobilis. It's done with light. It implies a type of mental processes decided by somehow. The word in the Bible says the world, the sky and earth was made with the word, and the word was God, and the word is God. It is God, the word. So, but now it's you unbelieving somehow. It is a monosubstantial somehow. You see, it's wrong. There's Plato, in philosophy of Plato already told you existence is another word and light is another word. So if the light does not exist somehow, because the existence is a predicate added to the light. So Plato thought like this. So now it's the most substantial way, because you must put existence to the light. You must add the two concepts like this. But you cannot treat it one, two, three. This one existence is one, and another concept is one. But it's not one the type of mathematical one. It's a philosophical manner. So even though you see geometry, they treat you intercalating arithmetic, 1, 2, 3, because what you are seeing, a square, one square, a figure, one flower, you see one. But now they're tricking you that you can go back in that monosubstantial fractal. 0 points you cannot. The square is not 0.1, 0.20. It's not. It is straight like. It is described by a real object. A real object is light and does not have numbers inside it. Believe it or not, I don't know how to tell you more than this. So what is my fight, man? I'm telling you, we can go to the stars, man. We can go to the stars. So you see, watch another part from these guys, and I close the video.
But what if we said that the speed of light is the speed not of light? What nonsense, you might exclaim. Whose speed then? This is where things get complicated, or much more interesting than they seem. The fact is, this speed is not exclusive to light and electromagnetic radiation in general. Gravitational waves and gluons move at this speed. The speed of neutrons and a whole family of particles almost reaches it. So it would be more appropriate to call the speed of light some kind of fundamental universal constant. This is literally one of the default settings of our universe. We call it the speed of light only because that's what we've gotten used to. This is because the speed of light was measured first, a long time ago, when we didn't even properly understand what light is. And only later did it turn out that this huge number is inherent to some other phenomena that have nothing to do with light, at least directly. And this is the second oddity. The speed of light doesn't depend on light and is not even related to it. It's a deeply embedded characteristic of space-time itself, on which the laws of our universe are based.
Okay, if you watch that, so listen up. You see this planet, Venus, Jupiter planet has 100 satellites. Okay, so now let me tell you like this: you put a small object in the middle and a big one to make a rotation around. You can do this through a motor. We put a static car. You put this static car, okay, a big car, and this object to revolve around the car. You see, the car is bigger. But now you can do this in the reverse. You put this small rock in the middle and you make a circle with the car. But now where is the engine of movement? It is in the car. Even though the car is bigger, it revolves around a small body. So now you are tricking yourself. Yes, you are believing somehow the big body stays in center. And it could be like a small body revolves, a big body revolves around a small body. Okay, but now let me tell you like this: if you give it by mass, you have this 100 satellites. You give it by mass, it has 100 satellites. So different 100 types of rocks like this: a bigger one, a small one, and there's no coherent pattern. One is close, one is small is close, a bigger one is further, then another small one, and the bigger one is further. So now if you give the forces, it is like decreasing with distance, like with distance beginning in small. How you can maintain this ratio of different masses? And I'm telling you, this is not, you cannot obtain this through equation. You have mass 1, mass 2, g force over the radius in Newton formula, and you do not have another. You already send me to another place, but look in other places. There's some guys you cannot calculate directly in Einstein. You must have what? Doctor, I have 45 years worth. I was married, I'm divorced, okay? So, but I'm not, I don't like to talk about my life, but I'm telling you science. I have 45 years in September, now is June, okay? So you understand that you have mass 1, mass 2 does not produce any mechanical work, and conforming to Newton, mass, pure mass has a force, a quantity force on trajectory, like a perpendicular manner, but and with this you cannot obtain circular motion. You cannot a perpetual constant circular motion. You cannot. So you put this in equation with mass 1 and 100 masses, and you show me how you obtain this. In a perpetual mobile. Because it is a perpetual orbiting, okay? There's 4 satellites orbit like this: Io, Callisto, and Ganymede, okay? So I'm telling you how it is made. It receives light, and light are waves like this. But being programmed like a motor, it grabs hold on satellites distance somehow. It's received, and the satellite is programmed to sit in that place and to have some velocity. But it is only kind of in a mechanical motor type of thing, in an electromechanical motor, like a mind did this. And if it is a mind did this, you not want, because it implies somebody controlled multiple causes to put it to make a motor. And so now you don't understand, this was the fight. How can you obtain this to get rid of God? So now let's put this equation: mass 1, mass 2 over the radius, and you have a constant orbit. It does not. And keep in mind that the moon, it is near the Earth, but is not kept by gravitational force by Earth. There's no direct relation, how you understand it. But if you do not believe there are motors, you put the rocks and put some clouds of vapor, clouds of gases. You revolve like in Jupiter manner. The clouds of Jupiter, you see, like I make it like this. I make it like this on the always in permanent manner, like this on the equator. But the clouds on Earth do not do this. In Jupiter planet do this. So now if you understand the force, mass times acceleration, and you put some gases, can you produce to that gases to orbiting around the Jupiter planet in this manner. So but now if you have another mass like Earth, Mars, why the clouds do another thing? So can you entail this through gravity also? You cannot. They are programmed planets. The gravity does not make them spherical. They are constructed to be spherical. They're electromechanical motor, and you don't want to admit this because this implies a mind. So now, but what do you serve me? That Maxwell crazy to replace God? That doesn't mean anything. Einstein dude, energy equal mass times acceleration does not mean anything. So you want to escape God, but you serve me false physics and false stuff. It does not mean anything. I want to mean something, but does not mean anything. Where do you put here magnetism? Where do you put magnetism? Where do you put it? There's a nose like this on the entire paper. Where do you put it? And the touch itself is done with light. So, but you know that stones is like a flower, different types of touching, like a flower type. We do not, you are blind to the touch because you look only with your eyes. So not even with your eyes. Because if I'm telling you that the stars is put in clouds, the stars are put in clouds. You have 100 and you have eyes you want to see and you do not when you want to contradict. But what you give me instead? Nothing. E equal mc squared does not mix anything because it's a relation between energy and mass and speed of light, and this is not happening. It is not because light does not have mass, creates mass only when he wants, and does not have any energy stick different kind of, and it's not a vibration, it's not a modulation like this, and it is not. Light is a multiple causal substance, and trying to make an equation is trying to put in a single equation all the geometry, and you keep put all the mathematician in the entire world to describe all the mathematics impossibility, and even on time, geometry on time, with a single equation. But it must be maybe stupid. And now let me tell you the second argument of mine. Like I've told you, you put X, Y, and you trick me that you can pull out all the music from. Why to trick me? So the music comes from the Maxwell equation. So the equation of light does not. And I'm telling you, you cannot put them all. And I'm telling you that you could be in a logical time manner like this will follow this because in a logical time manner with a will. I want to put this node and then another one. But with my will, I have the objects, but no relation between them. Okay, I have the objects. So this is the video for today. I'm telling you the science is wrong. It's tricking you. The stars are put in clouds. The galaxy are clouds. Like Venus has clouds. Earth has clouds. Our galaxy clouds that has a sphere like this are this. This is a cloud. A simple cloud is not a gravitational system. You could have rocks like this that do not produce light. You can go there, but it's not big. It does not have 100,000 light years. It's a small cloud, big, maybe bigger than the Earth-Moon distance. Okay, but it's small. But it's small. We can go here, man. You put your eyes on all the galaxies and all the stars that you can find. We can go there in our current day. And what they are telling you, you see backwards the light goes red, does not go red. You see this yellow goes red. How can you do this? They are lying that technology comes from them. The computer was an invention. The computer is not computer. I'm telling you, it's not computing anything. Displays you pictures and you make you put them together. Like if this is a picture, you put another one, and in this type of functional manner. Okay. So this is what I'm telling you. But the English bastards, they saw my video. But I know this and I don't know whether they say in English or Irish. This Irish, I believe. She died. And it seems for me beautiful. I don't know. Maybe you do not believe this, but maybe you not in your eyes. But in my eyes, she died in, I don't know, a few years back. So let me sing to you again on the end the same song. Okay, so the first video about light. I open another list, cosmic philosophy. So. I do. Baby, baby, start to carry on. That is what I do. Baby, baby. So I'm not a professional, but I study philosophy. I have a degree in philosophy. I'm telling you, but I think to you see I'm not crazy. See, you see, I am logic. I can learn stuff. I am logic. I'm telling you, Einstein is false. Quantum mechanics is false. Maxwell is false. Newton is false. You can go to the stars. Believe me or not. I mean, speak in coherent manner. I'm no Romanian. I speak my native language. I'm from European Union. Okay. So that's why I did this. I show to you the waves. You know, baby, on some editing programs that looks like this. The voice, it is light. And you duplicate with light. It comes in the microphone. Microphone, it takes light from okay. So I'm telling you, I was at physics like 1 year. Okay, but I don't have a license. But I have a degree on philosophy. And baby, being the physics is false. I'm telling you that it's false. I'm glad that I did not finish it. But nonetheless, to understand, I don't like to speak about my life, but I discovered this in a current manner. I was married and divorced, okay? If you understand, but I'm not like how I had I have blonde hair like this, but I was married, okay? But I don't like to talk about my life. I'm talking about we can go to the stars, believe it or not, your trick. We can go here. You see, you really believe this is the same plane almost. That is the entire galaxy. It's 100,000 years, and this stars is big like this galaxy big. We can go here and here, and the stars are cold. Maybe a few of them in flames. You can touch and land on the star, and they're not produce. About light, okay, this is the first video in a list. I will begin a full list, entire list about light. The speed of light is wrong, I'm telling you. I burn this paper, I release light from it. There is light in the paper, does not have any speed. The light makes the material. There is waves like this in the copper, like this. This is the atom. This is the atom. Because the electron, the proton, neutron does not exist. So you maintain atom confusing with element. Elements are copper is an element. Iron is an element. Iron, you see, gold is an element. But not an atom, because if you say atom, you imply there is a proton, electron, that orbit is like this. You have two strata. I'm telling you this. I know that you have two strata, orbital strata, electron orbits like this. You do not have allowed to have two spins on the same orbit. Trees like this, and you have 7 tones exactly like color. You say to see that like the basic tones. 7 somehow, 7 like in rainbow type manner. So you put a 7 straight on electron, 7 straight on electron, 2 like this, 2 copper has electrons like this, but it makes with light. The Mendeleev is made with light. I'm telling you, the chemistry in this manner is wrong. The ionized state, it means it is positive and negative, but a positive and negative implies a way of traveling the light. You have like this, you see. The light goes through here and here, but when it travels, makes a path like imagine like this and like this, and imagine like this, okay? So you see two like this, and this ion states. This copper ion and positive one and missing electrons, because do not exist ions and do not exist because light does all the connection. You see light everywhere. You see color, see light. You make a green tea. You make something brown stuff. I told you shit like stuff, and you make okay. So the Mendeleev is done with light, okay, and the strata, 7 strata do not exist. There are tones of interaction of light and different kinds of energy levels and stuff like this. And the inside this paper is not orbiting and not it is correlated with fire. You burn this paper, you release light, and does not have any speed. But even when it is released, I believe that it makes through an entangled state, the Copley duplicate is some difficulties to explain how it travels in multiple eyes at once. The same the object and 100 people to see it. So it's a multiple field, and I do not believe that you see your chamber in front of you is backwards in time, what is near to you is closer in time. So you see different times because the speed of light implies this. If you watch a mountain is backwards, and what is close near to you is more closer in time. So you are in delay time and crazy stuff like this. So telling the speed of light is false, and it's the first video. Maybe these guys will be angry or not. I will cut all the video of this guy I have showed to you from watching channel. Okay, and I will make on entire length of video. Has nice visualization. He's talking about like to see what I'm saying, to see that I'm in a coherent manner, I'm speaking in a coherent manner. Okay, I will show to you many things from my computer composing program music to show to you ways like this to understand that the light does that like this, and you cannot add it, you cannot put this this operation, add or subtract on it. You cannot. It comports in another manner, and when this is combined with this another wave, when it's combined with another wave, like when it intersects this one with this one, when it combines with another wave, it does like a Lego pieces already. It's not interfering like you see crash add and this go to zero. It's an imbecile manner. It is not in. You see, if it's this we will vibrate this, okay? Even though as in different tones somehow, different patterns, but we vibrate in the same field. If you vibrate this will vibrate automatically. If it's the same note, but even this is thicker, and this is so one of them is thicker and one is less thicker, okay? But and so there's different patterns somehow, like a smaller flower somehow, but it differs. And trained ear you can see it. And maybe some guys are not regarding like all the dimension of the flower, and they concentrate on the tonality, but this one differs with this one. Maybe a different guy might pull the accord like in a correct manner, but understand what I'm telling you. This is different from this one, even in like this manner. So they do not add. You pull this with this one in a temper manner, all of them at once, like this. A relativity manner, all of us, because this takes time to go through them, like in a half manner, okay? But okay, but they do other types of things, and all of them are T1, T2, and they are intersected in multiple times, because you understand that six times here, different times, and you interwave them. And it's not to make a normal time, like a T1, T2 all the time, 6 chords, at the single time. There's different times in them. It's 6 times, and the time somehow is hyperdimensional. If you understand, the space itself is hyperdimensional. Not this, but I believe that it is light itself. The space is light itself, is an infinite kind of type of field, and I'm telling you for now like this. There's a apocryph in King James or Bible, but in Orthodox Catholics have it. Says what you did this word from a matter without face, without a face. So because this is implies this is a prior matter. Solomon, so the wisdom of Solomon. You did this world from a prior substance that did not have face. Okay, so maybe this another time. Okay, maybe this another time. A big video on top of the list. I plan to make many of this kind. I'm telling you who is the good guy. I'm telling you, you are like. You are misled. You take these guys in wrong manner. They are good. They are not. They are doing you wrong. You put your hand in a fire that is telling you something. E equals MC squared. You put your hand and you understood something from this bullshit science because it's false. And Doppler shift and 100,000 million years ago backward, you cannot reach there. It's already gone and it's too far, and already everything was happening. 13 billion years ago, nothing happens. everything. We know the science, everything. Now you remains to you the only to go in crazy clubs with crazy music and to destroy your brain with bullshit kind of music. So I'm telling you, who's the good guys? I'm telling you can go to the stars. The stars are pouring clouds. You cannot see the universe. You must reach close to see the universe, how it looks. Okay, goodbye, God bless. This is the first video. I'm telling you, man, this is my fight with all this science, pretend science. Okay, ions, ionized states like carbon, hydrogen, and plus an ion of double connection. I'm telling you, this is false. The electron does not exist. Okay, goodbye, God bless.